Meow and hello. Yours truly, the cat protector, Noel Rosen here with Icarus, and want to welcome you to our new broadcast, our new show of Paws on Politics, where we take a look at everything that's right now happening in the presidential race and in the election in general. Boy, there's a lot to talk about. And Mother Jones, which is apparently a liberal magazine, website, posted a video that was really taken in May of this year of Mitt Romney, talking to a bunch of supporters. It was a fundraiser, and he said some things that really have caused the mainstream media, the liberal media, whatever you want to call them, well, they got a little heated when they saw this video, and apparently it turned into a feeding frenzy. Here's the video.
There are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. That it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. And I mean, the president starts off with 48, 49, 40, he starts off with a huge number. These are people who pay no income tax. 47% of Americans pay no income tax. So our message of low taxes doesn't connect. And he'll be out there talking about tax cuts for the rich. I mean, that's what they sell every 4 years. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility and care for their lives. What I have to do is convince the 5 to 10% in the Senate that are independents, that are thoughtful, that look at voting one way or the other depending upon, in some cases, emotion, whether they like the guy or not.
Well, as you can see, what is the media, the mainstream media, as I call it, the Obama propaganda network is what they have joined. What is really, well, what's the problem here? Is it, well, disturbing for the mainstream media because Mitt Romney dares to tell the truth? Are people up in arms because here you have a candidate that actually said it like it is? We do have, well, 47 million people in this country on food stamps. They're getting benefits. Got 23 million people out of work. When you're getting a check, well, when you keep getting a check from the government, you want it to keep coming. Well, at least that's what I think some people do. Well, apparently the MSM, the mainstream media, they have, well, like a bunch of piranha feasting. Well, they got in a frenzy for this. And Mitt Romney was just, well, telling it like he saw it. It's refreshing. It's not Obama telling us the same lies that he's been telling us. And, well, how convenient that this video suddenly surfaces after Mitt Romney becomes the Republican nominee for president. He got past the primary. Well, anyway, you be the judge on that one. It seems rather, well, refreshing that a candidate would dare to tell the truth. Many of us want to hear truth from the candidates. They don't want to hear the same old thing. Well, Romney just, well, he was factual. There are 47 million people on food stamps in this country. There are 23 million people out of work. And there's a significant number of the population that wants to keep getting government support. Seems to me that the only thing about this situation is, well, the MSM has a problem with a candidate pointing out the facts. putting him in front of you. It's rather interesting. When you keep getting a check from someone, you want the money to keep coming. And there's a significant number of, well, people in this country that would rather get and be happy with a handout than to actually work. But there's also plenty of people that do want to work. They do value a good hard day's work and getting an honest day's pay. They do want to make money. They do want to prosper. Of course, Obama wants to, well, keep us all down. He doesn't want us to succeed or prosper. Seems rather interesting, doesn't it? When I go out to buy a can of cat food, well, I like to know that that can of cat food is still going to be the same price next week that it is this week. And, well, I like to have cat toys for the cats. After all, both Isis and Icarus, both, well, they like their cat toys being made right here in the United States of America. Yeah, the good old US of A. It's a great place to have things created. I certainly welcome it. Well, anyway, the video is causing an uproar with the liberal media, but, well, so what? Get over it. It's truth, people. You know, I've sat around. I've actually watched Fox News. Of course, the mainstream media doesn't like those two words, Fox and News, together. Wow. I like watching Megyn Kelly. I enjoy watching, well, Sean Hannity. Hannity's got a great show. Yeah, and they've got a guy named Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, I've stopped watching him for a while, but I'm coming around there, Bill. And one of the patriots that they always seem to have on their shows that I absolutely like, Chuck Norris. There's nothing better for Fox News than getting Walker, Texas Ranger to talk about the candidates. And, well, Chuck Norris, well, he's supporting a Romney. It seems Fox News is pointing out what the liberal media and the mainstream media fails to do. Well, they point out the facts. I don't know why people would actually be upset with that. Now, this country is in a lot of trouble right now. We have the high unemployment. We got food prices going up. We have our taxes doubled. Fuel prices, well, they've gone up. And equipment prices for small business have gone up. Seems like everything's gone up since, well, Obama took office. And did I forget to mention over $16 trillion of debt that we're now in? It's going to be very hard to pay all that, isn't it? Well, you know, I've heard the MSM attack Mitt Romney when he, well, how should I put it? The whole Middle Eastern uproar. Seems to me we can't really blame a movie for what the Muslim extremists do, can we? That seems to be, well, that seems to be what they're saying. And the Obama administration, well, they're blaming a movie too. You know, if the blame game was a sport, no doubt Barack Obama would get the MVP trophy. It's kind of interesting, but I would rather hear the truth. We did have our embassies attacked. We have had Americans killed, including an ambassador to our country, representing our country there in Libya. We had that happen. And, well, there was no protest outside that consulate before the attack happened. Seems the Libyan president knew more about the intelligence that was going on in Libya than, well, the United States government. And when all of this was going down, where was Obama? Well, he went to Las Vegas for a fundraiser. I'm not against the candidates actually raising funds for their campaigns. Obviously, that was more important than, well, the ambassador and his staffers calling for help. Seems really interesting. But I don't think a movie was the blame for all of this. I don't think it was the cause. It was, in fact, the one thing that the liberal media did get correct. Well, it really was a bad clip, bad movie. It was a 13-minute clip, apparently. Didn't make me want to go see the movie. Of course, what I did like, the movie that I did like going to over the last month was 2016. Yeah, that was a good movie. It makes you think, do you really know Obama? Well, I know that Icarus and ISIS have pointed out a lot of things in the media that I sometimes miss. But I didn't miss this. An uprising in over, well, I've now heard 25 countries. Well, in the meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, asked to meet with President Obama when he's come to the United States. And what did Barack Obama want to do? Well, our fearless leader decided he didn't really want to talk to Bibi. He decided he wanted to talk to Beyonce, Jay-Z, and even David Letterman instead. I'm Jewish. I certainly would welcome a meeting with Bibi. We can talk about Israel, and let's apparently Obama wants to avoid all this. And well, just like a bug that we all know that when you turn the lights on, scurries for cover into the darkness. Well, that seems to be Obama's MO. And the media, the mainstream media, I'm not talking about Fox News. Love Fox News. Well, they seem fit to attack Romney on just about anything. On just about anything they can grab hold of. So he tells the truth. Should we really fear it? No. I certainly like being told the truth. And, Mitt Romney does the presidential thing. Basically condemns what happened in Libya before the president did. Well, you have to wonder, where is Obama even getting these spokespeople for his campaign? Seems our ambassador to the UN, well, I gotta wonder, what was the ad they put out for that job? Because, well, she keeps spinning the same lies that Obama does. Well, then again, Obama's writing the material. I have to wonder just how much water he has to tread before he drowns. I mean, he's already doing a good job. This whole uprising in the Middle East, well, it's a tough thing to talk about. It angers a lot of people. And besides not meeting with Netanyahu, which he really should have, there's also something else that Obama opts to do. He opts to meet, with the Muslim Brotherhood at the White House. The Egyptian President Morsi, let's have it. What would he rather do? What are they going to talk about? Well, it's pretty obvious that Obama has, turned his back on Israel in favor of its enemies. When you're betting on a horse, don't you want to bet on the favorite? Seems like Israel would be the favorite. You'd want to support your ally. You want to stand with them in the face of, Muslim extremism. But, of course, Obama would rather apologize and, cater to the needs of, even those that call for our destruction. Way to go, Obama. And way to go to the well, mainstream media. You've made me want to turn you off. Fox News, well, you rock. What else is there to say? Like Megyn Kelly, like Bill O'Reilly, like Sean Hannity. Hey, I even watch The Five from time to time. Sometimes even on the weekend. Not ashamed to say it, I even watch Huckabee too. Well, sometimes I gotta catch it and repeat, but you get the idea. So wake up, America. Mitt Romney, the only crime that he committed was the fact that he dared to call it like he sees it. And why are people so threatened by that? Working and being prosperous is a good thing. I certainly don't want a government handout. And it must be boring to actually, well, get those checks and just sit around and do nothing. Work makes you, well, it gets you up in the morning. It makes you excited. You know, and I think that's what Mitt Romney was trying to tell everyone. If you go to work and you earn a living, there's a satisfaction knowing that you built that. Small business owners certainly know that they built that. But what are we really threatened by, folks? Are we threatened by a candidate that's actually daring to tell it like it is? Now, he may not always get the numbers correctly, but he, well, dares to put it out there. And the media, well, they attack him for it. I don't lob Fox News in that, as you can tell. Fox News, well, they point it out. Yeah, I could go on with this rant forever, but you get the message. Our economy is in the toilet. There's a lot of people without jobs. There's a lot of anger going around. And I truly believe that, you know, Mitt Romney believes that, hey, there are people that, well, they need to be out there working. They need to earn their keep, pay their taxes, all of that great stuff. I mean, the government can't really make a living if everybody's collecting a check from them, can they? Well, they shouldn't ask the wealthy and, well, just about everyone else that's working to share what they earn. I earn I earn my own keep. I'm not about to ask the government to pay my rent or pay my other bills, can I? The thing is that when people are actually dependent on government, they sell out something else, something that, well, you really can't buy. But our forefathers fought for it, and, well, the members of the military are fighting for it now. It's called freedom. And every time you get a government benefit, you got to ask yourself, are you giving a little bit of your freedom away? And when Obama, if Obama wins re-election, what happens? Even more of our freedom could be taken away. In fact, it could be gone completely. We're living in a different America, people. Obama, well, he's helped push us towards socialism, but nobody really wants to talk about that. The media certainly doesn't talk about it. I mean, after all, when you're a part of their Obama's propaganda machine, well, you're never going to challenge your king. I like what Sean Hannity said, the anointed one. Why isn't anyone questioning him? Well, you would think people would want to question their candidates. They'd want to ask, are you on our side? Well, I would rather trust somebody who tells me, well, it's good to work, it's good to succeed, and less government involvement is something that, well, a lot of people cry out for. But some people don't get the message. They cry out for it, well, but they don't mind getting a free ride. I think that's what Romney is trying to say. The mainstream media is biased. They are attacking him. And they're not questioning Obama. I mean, they're not questioning Obama as to where he was at when our embassies were attacked. In fact, they're not questioning Obama on really anything. But they attack Romney? Rather interesting, don't you think? Well, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And what do you think of the spin? Now, Romney says he was actually reaching out to the independents. I think he reached quite a number of us. I'm an independent. I went and saw 2016. And after the movie, well, I decided I was going to vote for Romney. Hey, I don't want a socialist running our country. I mean, I want to be able to earn my own money and spend it where I want. And that's what we have in a free society. Free speech is also a great thing. But, of course, the Obama administration, to appease the, his friends in the Middle East, blame the film. Blame this movie that was on the internet. Truth of the matter is, he doesn't want to accept any blame at all. A lot of it's his fault. We have a chance to take our country back. Well, now is a great time to do it. I'd rather have a chance of getting all of our freedom, getting that part of freedom that we had taken away now, than to have him get voted in office and, well, have to work just as hard to get it all back. I don't know how Icarus feels, but I know how I feel. This reminds me of a fight between, well, a cat and a dog. I'm going to equate, well, dog will pretty much do anything that's asked. That's asked. When the master asks, go get the ball, he'll throw a ball, dog will bring him back. Some dogs are obedient anyway. But the dogs, well, they don't mind kissing up to, well, the master, licking their face and, well, showing that they're a great human. Cats are different, though. I think Mitt Romney's like the cat. He basically says it like it is. Gets you to do the work because, well, cats, I think, believe in, well, at least I know my cats do. They believe in me going out and earning a living and, well, coming back and, well, doing the job at home. They send me out to do the work because, honestly, they're great supervisors, they're great bosses, they're great leaders. While the dog will, well, pander and lick the face and all of that, the cat, well, they speak the honest truth. They get you to do the work. They motivate you to get up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and go out and earn a living. And I guess there is a portion of it where I have to bring the money back. Obviously, I have to give them something. I guess that's a part of spreading the wealth. But that's spreading the wealth that I don't mind doing. After all, my cats deserve a nice place to live, and, well, I'm not putting down the dog people, though. You know, because all the animals, the four-legged creatures, deserve a good home. It's a truthful thing, but when you have to put it down to cats versus dogs, you know, there's Obama's way and there's Mitt Romney's way. And Mitt Romney's way, much like a cat. They motivate you, they get you out, they want you to be free, they're independent. Cats are independent creatures. Dogs are, well, dependent on you. Although cats are dependent on you to feed and care for them, but philosophically, cats get you to work. And they don't expect just any handout. So I think that's what I like about cats. They're truthful, they're honest, they're hardworking. At least they get me to do the work. I'm motivated. But it is going to be a race. I thought I would add that cat versus dog element into this. After all, people want to hear about cats and they want to see cats. And of course, Icarus, well, he loves you. I love our audience, and I know ISIS is around here as well. So wake up, America. It's time to get motivated. So we want to know your thoughts. Do you believe the Obama spin? Do you support Obama and, well, want to keep getting those checks? Or do you support Romney in his belief that we deserve to be free, that we should earn a living and, well, enjoy the fruits of our labor and celebrate our success? Well, you be the judge. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and we hope you'll share.